He's been left in the green room. I'll just bring him in. Sorry about that. Schoolboy error. I do apologise. Hi there, guys. So it at the London Stadium today. We managed to screw it up. What do you do? We lost 1-0 to a 24th minute goal by Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Joining me on today's broadcast, we've got Steve 50, Cahill McKernan, and we've got West Ham online, all going to give their points of view on the nuts and bolts of the game. So, gentlemen, we obviously we lost the game, and I personally I think that's probably our Champions League hopes that have gone up in smoke. I could be proved wrong. We've obviously got 3 games, and there's obviously some twists and turns that
They've
could
gone
happen,
up in Stoke, Gatesy.
Well, you're going to cover that one, West Ham online, of course. So,
Yep.
Oh, and just jumping into the green room, we've also got Jazz. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, my friend. I
he's
just
just
had my wife's lovely maid. Can you hear me?
Yeah, got you, mate. Got you. What did you have for your dinner? You sent me the photograph. What was it?
Yeah, it's a lovely chicken tikka salad, really.
Oh.
So it's kind of thigh bone meat off the bone, and then just marinated with various spices, left sort of a few hours, and just grilled, really. So yeah, because I'm starting my big diet tomorrow because I have put on too much weight during lockdown, Gatesy. So I need to, cut down on my carbs, just have meat, white fish, salad, booze only on weekends because I've been at it nearly every other day, mate. Crazy. So so just being a bit naughty. So I had some poppadoms, which I won't do under the diet, as you know. A few poppadoms with mango chutney, and just trying to be naughty for the last time and be good from tomorrow. But yeah, thank you for inviting me on, my friend.
No, not absolute pleasure having you here, my friend.
I must be honest, Gatesy. I'd rather chat about mango chutney than the actual game itself.
you and me both. Absolutely. So we'll start with Steve. Now, Steve, obviously you and I are on a WhatsApp group chat with the Hammers Chat lads, the addicts, the patrons. Tell me your thoughts on the game today. What did you make of our performance in general?
Right, I've had time to reflect on it now. During the game, I was really disappointed. You know, I thought Ben Rama and Lingard were woeful today. I've got to be honest. And you know, I said this a while back when everybody after Lingard's first 5 games was, "Oh, we've got to buy him, we've got to buy him, we've got to buy him." I said, let's just wait and see how it goes, the whole thing. Because on the evidence of the first 5 games, he's worth 40 million. On the evidence of the last 3 games, he's worth 15. You know, and that's why West Ham get players like Jesse Lingard, because he's either brilliant or he's a bit anonymous. I'm not saying he didn't try. I'm not saying he didn't do his best. But the really, really top quality players produce it week in, week out at a very high level. And I thought, and to be honest with you, I thought that might happen. So would I still sign Lingard? Absolutely, if we can. But I think you've got to realise that you're going to have games like that where you need him to show up, need him to be brilliant. He just isn't going to. But that's okay. We are at the end of the day West Ham. Ben Rama, on occasions, looked like he'd never kicked a football. And again, you know, he was brilliant against Burnley, and then he does that, and then all of a sudden you start to see why Moyes won't start him regularly, because again, Moyes is all about consistency in performance. And okay, Lingard's got enough credit to get away with it. Ben Rama hasn't got any credit in the bank yet, so I can see why Moyes doesn't start with him. Even though people are calling for him to be started, when he plays like that, it doesn't help, because what happened in the game was Everton got one goal and then they parked the bus. 9 men behind the ball. And
Typical Italian football, I would suggest, Steve.
Absolutely. And that's when you need the likes of Ben Rama and Lingard to sparkle. Because there was one point in the second half, Jared Bowen was in the box with the ball looking to create something, and he had 4 defenders around him and not a claret and blue shirt in sight. And that's not because the claret and blue guys weren't trying, it's because that was the way Everton were defending. A different day, okay, we win that 2-1. Ben Rama scores, and Soufal doesn't hit the post, it goes in. And so I think it was a game of fine margins. I think Everton came with a game plan. I think they decided to make it extremely difficult for us, particularly our creative players. They crowded out the box. And did they deserve the win? Yeah, but I think they won very ugly.
At this stage of the season, Steve, that's all that matters, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And if we'd won that way, I'd have been quite content with it. Did I think there was a lot between the teams? No. People say we didn't have a cutting edge. They didn't let us have a cutting edge. They were all over us all the time, or just had players behind the ball. And I think it was a very difficult game. And if we got the first goal, I think it would have been 1-0 to us. So, yeah, has it blown our Champions League chances? Possibly. But all we can do now is try and win the last 3 games and see how it all falls out.
We've been helped in the next game, haven't we? Because obviously Brighton are going to have Dunk and Mopay missing because they were both sent off today, weren't they?
Yeah. Well, you might get my son to actually see us beat Brighton at least once in his lifetime. He absolutely loathes our results against Brighton. But how do I look at it? Well, fairly philosophically. On Monday, we played Burnley and looked great. But you've just got to understand, Burnley haven't got the players Everton have. And Everton, their game plan for us was perfect. It was a typical Italian defensive performance. We've got the goal. You see what you can do. And actually, we couldn't do anything against it. So, hey-ho, on to the next game. My thoughts.
Cahill, your thoughts on today's game?
Yeah, we got outdone. Like, in fairness to Moyes, it's not one we can blame on him. Like, he put out the right team for what we thought would be the sort of right game, and in Ancelotti's side of it, he put out the perfect team to play some terroristic football and shithouse a win, and that's exactly what they did. And fair play to him for it. Like they snuffed out everything. We had a sort of no chances really, and it was just tough. Like, we can go through individual performances in a while. I'm not gonna sort of talk about that sort of stuff yet. Just overall the game plan. I thought we went out there with the right team. Like, if we were to go out with a 5 at the back, it would have been. I don't think it's one that I could say we would have won or lost. It probably would have just been another boring 0-0 or something. But I don't even know if an extra person in the back would have done us. I think we went out with the right team. We just have to look on to the next game. Rice will be back. I don't think even Rice in that game would have made a difference, because Rice isn't going to take the ball and score a goal out of nothing for us. It wasn't the defensive side.
He might have prevented their goal, perhaps, do you think?
They were always going to target Dawson with pace anyway. Like, you can't even blame him for that goal, because he's not gonna make himself faster than he already is. He can't do that. That's not how it works. We already know the pros and cons of playing with them, and we probably had too high of a line for that. Like, we haven't conceded a lot of goals, and even the commentators mentioned it. We haven't conceded a lot of goals through it, like a through ball or a ball in behind, and we were just probably too high of a line. And Calvert-Lewin every day has the pace on Dawson, and he just took him with him, and there was nothing he could do about it. And I don't know if Rice would have stopped it. Of course, you can say he could have, but I don't think even if Rice was in there, it would have changed the game, because it was all about the forwards. We weren't even bad defensively. I thought it was a decent defensive performance. The defenders didn't play awfully. It's just there was no cutting edge in the attack.
How big a miss, and Tony's just said it, mentioned his name there, Manuel Lanzini. How big do you think his removal from the match was in terms of getting back into the game?
Well, I just think it was
I'll
one
tell
of
you why I'm
those.
asking. I thought he was having a good game. I thought
He was
finding the
he had
pockets
good
of space
tempo to him.
beautifully.
Yeah, he was dictating the tempo still, even though they were getting at us well by the times he was on. But I thought he wasn't too bad when he was on there. He was getting involved in a few 1-2s, getting around people. It's just if we couldn't get through the final third, and we kept trying to lump it into a box full of three centre backs who are 6'2", 6'3" plus, and they're well able to get rid of it. I don't think Lanzini would have done much in the long term sort of scheme of the match.
Fair enough. West Ham Online, your thoughts?
I don't know whether we played Everton or Prime Stoke. For a team that prides themselves on play style, according to their fans, they are very boring. And we just couldn't break them down. The few chances we did create, Ben Rama's chance, Stevie Wonder would have scored. I'm sorry, it's a sitter. It's an absolute sitter. And if we're going to give Ben Rama all this praise when he plays well, we've got to have the same energy when he plays badly. The man cannot finish in a claret and blue shirt. I'm not sure why, but he can't. Seriously, that miss, 50p head, I think they say. It was shocking. The post hit was unlucky. Couldn't really have done much more about that. And then Bowen was offside on the rebound. In terms of their goal, I do think Rice might have stopped Godfrey's movement, but Dawson was slower than a corpse with his defending. I think personally that they did target him for pace, and they were right to do so, because it looked like he was running in quicksand for that goal. Yeah, just a very miserable evening, and I can't think of a team apart from Spurs, I'd least like to lose to in that manner. I absolutely hate Everton. I hate their fans. I think they're the most deluded bunch in the business. And I'm going to have to deal with them for the next few days, because they just don't seem to go away. They're like a bad rash. You would have thought they've won the league. So, yeah. What about?
Fair enough. We
as
was
for
out.
you, James,
We was out West Ham,
what
weren't
about
we?
Ben Rama? Yeah.
Yeah. No, we was
James
out
has
West
just
Ham. I
commented
mean,
on Antonio and Lingard.
yeah.
I do agree
That
with
one
James.
there.
Antonio and Lingard were poor, but
Yeah.
Ben Rama, in my opinion, was worse. I thought the guy
Yeah,
stunk today.
they were poor, but like the only thing is they sort of have credit in the bank. That's the only problem.
Yeah,
That's
true.
That's kind of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jazz,
Hello, sir.
your thoughts on the 90 minutes at London Stadium?
Yeah, I think this game, like, I've been having a go at all the fans that for the last 15 games have been blurting out every weekend, must win, crucial, la, 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 la. And I didn't say anything. I'm like, no way. This was the crucial game for me, this one. If we'd won, for me, we were in the Champions League as far as I was concerned. 2 points behind Leicester, then we were in. So this is the crucial one for me today, the one and only. And unfortunately, we didn't get it over the line. But I just want
We
to put
didn't
a
even
couple of
get a
things.
shot on target, Jazz. Look at those stats there. Not a shot on target.
But having said that, Gatesy, the stats are 68% possession in our sort of benefit, 11 shots versus their 9, but rightly none on target on our half and 2-3 on their half. But when you look at, let's put it into perspective, I think we've done really well this season. fraction of the budget they've had. We're talking about Mina, we're talking about Keane, the centre-back partnership. You're talking 100 million there, mate. And look at our two. Yeah, you're talking 25 million. The other one's a couple of million here and there. And the 25 million guys, I don't really have much time for them, even though you had an okay game today. But it's just got to put into perspective the millions Everton has spent, and we've spent nothing. And I always kept saying that the 2-3 we should have got over the line in January alongside Lingard is going to bite us in the bum. And I think that's what it's done. If we had a proper striker up there with kind of Lingard and Antonio and one other sort of, Bowen up front, Bowen just behind would have been much better off. Someone in the middle. 2-3 players short, and I think that's going to bite us in the bum. What I'm really afraid of right now, following Chelsea's result yesterday, which I think is shocking the way Man City sort of professionally looked at it, and how I'm not going to go into conspiracy things, but I'm really worried that typical West Ham way, forget 7th, we could end up in 8th. It's so close. It's so bunched together. Everton with a win today, that could catch us if they win that game in hand. And if you look at Leicester's last 3 games, especially the Spurs one, which is the last one, do you think Spurs are going to do us any favours? I don't think so.
No.
Exactly. The other points, Benrahma, that miss, as online said, that was one of the worst misses I've ever seen in a long time. It was harder to put it over the goal than inside the goal. And how many times we're gonna keep crying about Benrahma? Oh, last week, that shot was like a 50p coins width away. Nearly there. The harsh facts are, I love Bowen. Bowen's got 8 goals in 34 this season. Benrahma's got no goals in 26. £25 million for West Ham and not doing anything much. It's not good enough. Chelsea, Man U, Liverpool, United, all these teams can put people 35 million on the bench. They don't do anything, that's fine. For us, we're forking out. We all know he's not a David Moyes player. And imagine that. And when you look at his same people like Watkins and Eze, how much they brought to the team, it's much more. And when you look at David Moyes didn't want him, and imagine we didn't buy him, we had an option. So David would clearly say, thank you, no thank you. So that 25 million we're going to pay for Benrahma, Lingard's going to be about the same amount of money. But how the hell are we going to bring both in? Or one's, I think, already over the line, so the budget's gone. David Moyes is banging on his head with Sullivan, just keeps on sticking his finger in. Benrahma, I'm sure he'll be a good player, but we need him now. He's got to at least take the scruff of the game once in his life. And imagine today, man of the match performance, and he puts us in within touching distance of top 4. You've virtually repaid your money with that, but we keep waiting. Fabianski coming out as an issue with me. He doesn't come out for crosses. His distribution is poor. And for that first goal, he should have made the goal a bit bigger instead of just sticking to one corner. So made it very, very easy for Calvert-Lewin. That's one of my points. We all talk about Everton's away record. Our home record is the second best. So I think those stats kind of match each other, really. And up until their goal, I thought it was like a game of chess. We're both testing each other out. I don't think there was much in there. If anything, David Moyes listened to the fans, and we had so much technical ability in that team. Look at Lingard, look at Lanzini, look at Benrahma. You will have a go at David sometimes saying he puts that boring, dull, physical team. We had more skill than them. If anything, they were like what David Moyes would be like. They were out there to be ugly. And if I spent the money they had and they had their world-class manager, I'll be fuming the way they perform, really. I don't think there was much in there. I think we just got unlucky, but it's the signings. I keep going back to it. We needed 2-3 over the line in January, and we more or less, I feel, would have crapped over the line and got into the Champions League, really. That's my feelings, I think. Yeah.
Well, we've now possibly got a situation where conceivably Lanzini and Cresswell are out for the Brighton game. And we all knew back in January that there needed to be a bit more business done, whether it was loans, whether it was free signings, even just to the end of the season, just as bodies, to sort of beef up the squad. We all knew it was threadbare, and we've got a massive problem now, I think, with the 3 games to go. We've got some serious problems, in my opinion.
I think the other thing was that we spoke about earlier, Gatesy, was that when Antonio was injured, Lingard was was the striker, and he was thriving in that role, you know. And now Antonio's come back in. Lingard was hardly in the penalty area, wasn't connecting close to Antonio. So I think we missed that threat from Lingard. I don't know what the team instructions were, but he certainly wasn't in there, nowhere near having a shot or creating anything. And you
Yeah.
compare that to when Antonio wasn't in the team, Lingard was on it, mate. So just one or two things sort of to discuss on that, really, yeah.
One thing I would just like to say quickly regarding some of the comments I've seen in the chat. Look, James, we've said Antonio and Lingard played poorly, but they've proven themselves in front of goal this season. Benrahma has as many Premier League goals as I do. And when you're missing chances like that, I don't get why we can't keep saying, "Oh, give him time, give him time." He needs to do it.
And it's not about chances. It's about getting the grip of the game and dictating the play.
Yeah.
And you know, he's gone missing for me. I'm sorry. He's too scared
And
or he's wobbly, mate. If you don't want to be in the Premiership, it's up to you, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Grab the chance. It comes now and again. We're a great club. I mean, this is the type of game we come on. We all want him to do well. We're not fighting about Benrahma, pro or con. We want him to do well. And I thought, come on, son. Grab the game by the scruff, dictate the play, put people in, get on the end of games, win us the game, and wow, you've landed. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I thought his decision making as well, Jazz, was horrific today. You can see what Moyes means when he comes to decision making, because one time, for example, in the first half, easy pass to Lingard on the edge of the box, who's free, crosses it into the keeper's arms, crosses it off the pitch twice. He just makes stupid decisions, and he has so much talent. He just can't keep getting defended in ridiculous ways like this, especially when James has just put about Bowen's miss. Bowen was offside, so it wouldn't have counted anyway. And the Bowen one, I'm sorry, it was miles harder. He jumped over a defender as the ball
Bowen
came
was off balance, wasn't he? Bowen was off balance and about to fall on the floor. Yeah.
It was actually a really hard chance. And honestly, we can't say, oh, Yarmolenko was horrific when he came on, which he was, and then say, oh, when Benrahma comes on and plays poorly, he didn't get enough time. Well, you can't have double standards. They were both playing poor.
Gatesy, can you clarify? Have we officially signed Benrahma already, or
we
just waiting for
paid the 20 million
6-year contract?
Yeah, he's a West Ham
so
player
that money. So that money's going to hurt us in the summer, the way the owners are. Okay.
Like we of course we're all supporting them. Like we're not going to put down West Ham. I wouldn't call it hate. I think we're criticizing because we had such high expectations, and of course I've lowered my expectations since I had the high expectations, because I know it's tough to sort of join a new league and all. But it's the fact that he has no credit in the bank yet, and so we just have to criticize him off what he's shown for us. And it hasn't, yes, he needs more time, but we just need to sort of criticize him off the time he has had, and it's just unfortunate. But he missed a good chance, but we just have to sort of go on to the next game. If he's playing or not, hope the team perform. I care more about West Ham than I do about the individuals.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
just hopefully we can go on and win the next 3 games.
I'm just comparing to the way Eze settled and the way Watkins has settled. And having said that, there's no fans in the ground. And we're one of the biggest clubs in England and the Premiership. And if he'd done that in front of our fans, if he's nervous and a little bit wobbly now, when we turn up at the ground, there's going to be nothing left of him. That's what I'm worried about. See what I mean? Because you know what we're like. We don't hide from the way we feel about certain players. But
he could also thrive with the crowd as well, because maybe when he does sort of little skills and gets by someone, that will give him an extra boost of energy. It's one of those 50-50s. We'll just have to see it with time, really. He has a 6-year contract. Unless we end up selling him or something, there's a lot of time left with him.
Yeah. I'm just saying, we're quite harsh.
When does the fasting end for Ramadan? How much longer does that last?
I think it's only another couple of days.
4 or 5 days. 4 or 5 days left.
Yeah, because I've just seen a comment there about whether
I think two they were saying. But Yeah, I don't want to go into that side of it. I mean, I thought as athletes you should get a certain exemption, but I don't want to go into that. I don't know what goes on. I don't know what goes on or
No, but I
anything
was
like
just
that.
going
But
to say,
yeah,
I
yeah.
thought
Asking about
think
Simon's
you
asking
can pin
about
that down to
Lingard.
Lingard, yeah,
Simon's
Lingard
just
was
put about
poor.
Lingard. Where's
He's
where's
poor.
he
They
been
were
the
all
last
poor.
couple of matches?
He's been
He
with
was
me.
poor. He was poor, but he's already got credit in the bank, as people said. He can't do it all. Like last 2 or 3 games, yeah, he's not done much because teams have sat back and that's not his game. But we can't just say, oh, Lingard's been poor last 2 or 3
He
games.
was dying for the ball at situations, though. There were times where him and even Cresswell on the far side, when they just wanted a ball across the opposite side of the pitch, just a crossfield ball, like sort of looked like they were screaming for it. And yeah, I'm not saying he would have done anything with the ball. He wasn't great when he had it, but he was very determined to sort of get on it and do a lot at times. I wouldn't say the whole game because no one was. We weren't great.
I might be wrong, but what I love about Lingard is if he's got the ball, he's not going to lose it, and if he's got a chance, he's going to score. But talking about involvement, defending, hands up, I'm not sure. But the 2 things I love about him is he's so precise in front of goal, and when he's got it, and usually he wants the ball. That's perhaps today as well. Yeah, he wasn't quite wanting the ball, and I don't know if he got bogged down in the way Everton were playing and that kind of thing, but. He's certainly. One thing we forgot, Gatesy. Let's talk about the referee. Oh my God!
Shocking.
Let's just cover this. Let's just cover this because this is a referee that once upon a time gave a goal that didn't even cross the line, was under the bar and between the posts. This is how bad this guy is.
What goal was that?
That was about 2008, I think, or something. 2010. Stuart Atwell gave a goal in Championship where the ball not only did it not cross the line, it didn't go under the bar, it didn't go between the posts. I think the linesman flagged incorrectly for a goal, and the referee just went, "Oh, okay, fine, goal." And I think it actually went out for a corner or something stupid like that.
Oh, the ref stunk. The referee was horrific.
Really bad. Yeah.
First 3 minutes, Davies wipes Souček out and doesn't even get a card.
Yeah.
Davies then wipes someone out again later in the game, still doesn't get a card. Yeah. So we do a foul and immediately he's getting his cards out like it's his birthday.
Yeah. Tom Davis had like that. Okay, you've one more chance a few times. That sort of talk he had to him, and I don't know if he should have at least got a yellow in that game, just for consistent fouling itself. The thing I liked about the ref, he wasn't great. Like I'd say he seemed to be more towards Everton, but I did like that sort of game more than one of them bullshit games where every time someone gets into contact, it's a free. I do rather a bit more of a physical game and where lads can put in a challenge. It's just the card situations, and then he was just given a few soft ones by the end. He sort of flipped the whole script on it.
I think Alan, I love Alan, but he's a dirty little git as well. He had 2-3 with the ref.
You'd love him playing for us, though. That's the thing. You love one of them dirty little sort of workhorses.
I mean, he's
not afraid to do a tactical foul.
I think he's 30, but the way the Everton checkbook's been open for Ancelotti, I think he's about 29, 28 million for 30-year-old from Napoli, I think. Great player, yeah.
Yeah, it is frustrating because I think the ref overshadowed what was. He played into Everton's hands because they were giving away tactical fouls all the time and not getting cards. And the way they were playing was majorly defensive, so it suited them perfectly. Look, as Scott has just said, 68% possession. Ancelotti is literally Tony Pulis in an Italian suit. The Everton fans have such double standards, it's a joke. If that was Sam Allardyce there today, they'd be saying, we won, but let's be honest, the play style was disgusting. So, yeah, I mean, he's got a good reputation, but let's be honest, he's Big Sam in disguise today.
I think another issue, Gatesy, we should address is if we can at some point look at the fixtures that the top 5 have got. I think it's getting political. So, when we look at someone's fixtures and we say, oh, those look hard. They're playing Man United. They're playing Man City. We know from yesterday's result, that doesn't matter anymore. The higher up you are,
look at Leicester's fixtures. Have you seen Leicester's last 3 games?
Yeah, all the teams that hate West Ham, Chelsea, Spurs, and Man U. There you go.
Mind you,
Man U
Luke's
second
saying,
is-
the ref, to be fair, I agree with that comment. The ref didn't lose us the game because, we didn't get a shot on target. So we lost the game, but the referee wasn't very good. I mean, for me, I think that there's a case to say that Tom Davies should have been sent off. He made 2 bad challenges, in my opinion.
Casey, there was a
another
penalty.
Day, another referee could have...
But there was a
One on
penalty for...
Antonio.
Yeah, there was something, a couple of occasions
Yeah.
where perhaps, and he didn't want to look, and VAR went by. Another thing I want to remember, just say, Gatesy, Alan Smith's commentary is really getting to me now. I've had enough now. I mean, I didn't realise till Miles, we mentioned last week on our history program we do, it's really bad. The whole world is against West Ham. He was saying really unkind things against our club, and then there's one occasion, like you said, I think Souček got taken out, and he's like, "Oh, that's nothing." But when they replayed it, it was so bad. Oh yeah, well maybe. I'm like, oh my, he just, and I think that perhaps we played Arsenal recently, we played Leicester, all his clubs. He is really, like Miles, he said, talking out of his backside.
Do you know what it is as well, Jazz? When the commentary in the Premier League's so bad now, when teams score, you think it's offside all the time, because when Calvert-Lewin scored, it went, "Oh, Calvert-Lewin scored." I was thinking, "Oh, the flag must be up," because they don't sound very happy or excited. Like every time there's a goal in the Premier League, it sounds like their wives have just been shot.
It's a mixture of VAR and no fans, though. Like it doesn't help. There is no energy in the sort of stadiums. It doesn't help them. But what they do be saying outside of them sort of moments, I've never been a fan of the sort of Sky commentary group. I think even FIFA's put me off listening to them lads after years of listening to them. So I'd rather listen to the ones on the streams, the American ones, or the I think it might even be Qatari or something. Is it beIN Sports? Is beIN Sports in Qatar or something?
Yeah, Richard
Somewhere
Keys
around
and
there,
Andy
isn't
Gray.
it?
Andy Gray are on that. I think.
They're much better. They're much better to listen to.
You know why it is? Because I mentioned on the channels, because Andy Gray was never played for a top 4. He's a non-Super League player, much more kind of reserved. He never played for Liverpool, Man U, Man City. And people like Tony Gale, Tony Cottee, all those people, even Matthew Letizier. I love listening to those people. They make much more sense than all these We're surrounded by Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal, all those kind of commentators everywhere. And I don't like it because, they talk out their backside.
How people like Jamie O'Hara and Jermaine Genius have jobs is a shock to me as well.
Well, my Jermaine Genius, my son, he was kind of mentioning him earlier on today.
He's
awful.
awful.
Not mentioning Jason Cundy and Talksport. Oh my god!
The thing is with Genius,
Jason
every
Cundy.
So am I.
I can tell.
You said it.
Anything negative about Tottenham, Genius sounds like he's about to cry.
Yeah. Same with Jamie O'Hara. They're so up their holes because they were actually just bang average footballers who their careers were made out of. You played a few games for Tottenham.
Thank God we got Rio in the middle. He's a half intelligent guy. He keeps it all controlled sometimes.
Luke makes a fair point here. In all fairness, being a rubbish pundit isn't a sign of anti-West Ham bias. Yeah, it's just a sign of being a crap pundit. In fairness, it's true though, isn't it? He's got a point. He's got a point.
Yeah.
Listen, what a great job Sir Trevor used to do for Match of the Day when we all used to watch a Match of the Day. Do you remember Trevor Brooking? Superb, mate. Superb.
Yeah.
Would we? I mean, who was it that made the comment? I'm just going to wind back. Scott made the point. Changes for Brighton now, bearing in mind that we've obviously got possibly some more injuries that we've been hit by. I'll start with Steve. So Brighton coming up Saturday next week.
Right. Okay. Well, if Deck's fit,
How can we line up?
Well, yeah, this is the problem, isn't it? It's tough. If Deck's fit, I'd drop Emram and put Deck in. I don't think there's, if Lingard didn't have credit in the bank today, for me, it was a very close call who you took off, Lingard or Emram. I thought they were equally bad. But, yeah, you'd have Deck back in. I'd have, if Oggy's fit, he's got to be back in. Left back becomes a problem. Do you put Ben Johnson there? I guess you have to if Cruz is injured. Soufal automatically retains his place. So does Souček. Antonio and Lingard up. I guess you've got to go with them, haven't you? Because what other options do we have? And then I keep Bowen in. But, you know, we are so thin on the ground now. We're getting to the point where we're lucky to get 11 decent players on the pitch. Today, I think that was the best starting lineup. That was the best starting lineup we could put out.
Blame Mr. Sullivan. Blame Mr. Sullivan.
Well,
I think that's a fair
I
point,
do.
Jazz.
That's the one, mate. Yeah.
yeah, but we are where we are, aren't we?
We are, but
Mind
imagine,
you,
imagine
in all
being the owner
fairness,
of West
Jazz,
Ham and
just winding back to January, it was David Moyes' decision not to spend the money for Sebastian Haller in January. That was down to him.
Was it though? I'm so sure.
Yeah,
He
we
says
don't
it
know.
was, so
It possibly was, yeah.
Yeah, he says he
Dave-
was. The hints that he's dropping
Yeah,
suggest.
listen, do you know what he wanted as a he wanted as a Sullivan? He gave him the list at the beginning. He wanted as a for 16 million. Sullivan goes up to Palace and offers a £1 million a year. Sorry, to Crystal Palace, Brentford, £1 million a year. You know, plan to pay for it. They go, no, we want more cash up front. Palace come in, they grab him. All the one Leicester got Fofana, that guy. He wanted him again. Couldn't agree a repayment package. Leicester grabbed him. Luckily, on the last day, Sullivan's operating a 1-in, 1-out system, which means, David, you can't sign anyone until we get anyone out. So we lose all our signings until Anderson, luckily, out the blue, leaves 2 days before the window. Oh, you can have one now. Oh, who's in the window? Oh, there's one guy lying on the shelf. Let's have him now. So instead of getting all we want at the beginning, and then you can always get rid of your people, this is what David has got fighting against. And when it comes down to January, I wouldn't blame David. I'd have enough working with Sullivan. You know, it's just crazy way.
So, Cahill, the Brighton game. What's your thoughts on how we're going to approach it, given that we've possibly lost another two players?
So I'd go with the same formation. You don't want to go up too negatively against Brighton, especially with the players they're missing now. I'd say keep Fab in the goals, obviously. Vladimir Soufal right back. I take if Ogbonna's back, I take Dawson out because Dawson's good against the sort of big physical teams, and Brighton won't be doing that. Brighton will have a bit more pace to them, and they'll be playing with the ball. So you'd want sort of. I think Diop can deal with that a bit better than Dawson. I don't think he always has, but he was better. He was better at it today. So I'd keep him in with Diop and Ogbonna. If it's a flat back four, I think Ben Johnson. People have said he's been able to play left back, and I don't remember him in recent times playing left back. He's playing left wing back for us. But if you can try him at left back, I'd say give him a go. If not, maybe Ryan Fredericks. I don't think it's the worst thing you can do. Deck and Souček in midfield, and I'd have it Fornals, Lingard, Benrahma, Antonio. I think just give Benrahma another chance, and at least hopefully we'll have no other injuries, so Bowen won't have to come on early, and you could possibly put Bowen on for him if you need to. But I'd say just give him a chance against Brighton.
Yeah.
West Ham Online. Your thoughts?
I'd drop Dawson for Ogbonna. I would say Diop, but I felt sick watching Dawson's performance today. So I'm just fed up of it. So get him dropped. I think Lanzini will be out injured anyway, but Declan's obviously the natural replacement for him. I'd drop Benrahma to the disappointment of many for Jarrod Bowen. I think Moyes has to be harsh now. If Benrahma wants his place in the team, he has to earn it. He was pants today. He needs to prove again next time he comes in. He shouldn't expect just to play, basically.
Did just before you carry on there, West Ham Online, did Bowen do enough to get in ahead of Benrahma on today's performance? in your opinion?
No, but he has 8 goals, so
It's credit in the bank sort of stuff, really.
yeah,
It's
fair
coming to
enough.
that stage of the season. And I know
Yeah.
we've said that a lot. I don't want to sound like we're sort of bullshitting and saying credit in the bank this, but at this stage of the season, we need someone that we know has proven they can do it. But I'd still give Benrahma the chance myself, but we'll just have to see.
Yeah, and can I just say that those are the changes I'd make, but a bit of an unpopular opinion. I thought Soufal today was his worst game in a West Ham shirt. I thought he was horrendous. I thought he was pretty bad for long periods of the
Really?
game. Yeah, I didn't like his
I
performance.
thought he and Fornals were the two best players, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I'd say Diop as well. I'd say the three of them were
I thought
the
Fornals
best.
was. I think Soufal
Yeah,
played
Kofal
pretty
was
full.
fine. Yeah, really good.
His deliveries
thought-
weren't great, but no one's were. Cress's were even shite. Like it was just hard to even get by the first man when he's 6'5" and jumping and heading it straight away.
Oh, wasn't he the one that put it on a plate for Benrahma, if I'm wrong? Wasn't he?
No, that was
Kofal?
Fornals.
Oh,
Fornals.
sorry, Fornals was it? Okay.
I just think Soufal, if you today, every time he got it, he seemed to just. He does it a lot, but it usually works. He just kicked it. Sometimes he'd get it on the right and just kick it down the line. It would go nowhere near anybody. He lost the ball a couple times through dodgy touches. I just thought he looked a bit off today, and I thought Fornals was fantastic, our best player. But Soufal for me, I think he's better than that.
Yeah, no, as I say, I respect your opinion, West Ham Online. But I don't think that Soufal was that bad. Like I say, just my opinion, and we'll agree to disagree on that one. That's fine. But yeah, I thought him and Fornals were our two best players, in my opinion. But
I think it's just
there you
his
go.
standards have been set so high. Maybe that's why online sort of rating him like
Maybe.
that.
Maybe that's the
Yeah,
thing.
probably.
He's set the bar so high, so any deviation from that, you notice it quite easily. So, Jazz, same question to you. Brighton away, what would you line up with?
I'll go back to 4-2-3-1, and hopefully Ogden is fit, and whoever you get rid of, Dupe or Dawson, I don't give a shit. They're both about the same to me. One's really good 1 minute, the other one, then today I thought Dupe was half decent. Dawson obviously got blamed for the goal. Not sharp enough, and obviously not young or fast enough. But then we always say that if you lose your pace, it's all in the brain, which I keep saying that you're 60, 50 million centre-back, and you're 20 million below. That's the difference.
Jazz, would you mind? Jazz, do you mind if I just real quick on that comment there? Credit to Duke and his team. One of them is my son, so well done to George. I've just got to give my boy a shout out. I'm sorry, proud father, because my son George works with Duke, and I know that the boys and girls at the Bull over in Dartford have been working their absolute socks off since they've gone back, absolutely just like Trojans. And I've got to be on record to say that Duke and all of the guys and girls at the Bull, you've been absolutely incredible. And I know that Duke is very, very. Any of you guys that are watching it, if Duke's got this on at the Bull, all you boys and girls working there now, and those of you that aren't there but maybe watching it, I know that Duke's incredibly proud and thankful that he's got every single one of you on the team. So, sorry, Jazz, I had to get that one out there. I had to get that out there.
Brilliant. Well done. Excellent. I'm dying to go there. I'm going to go there any day now. Maybe hopefully next week we'll plan something. And everyone else on the chat, let's make an effort. Go to the pub, spend some money, and help everyone. I think, we should all go there.
Gatesy.
Sorry, say that again.
Are we going for the last game of the season to watch?
I've booked my table. I've booked my table for 4:00. So I should
you
be
better
there.
get me on that table, Gatesy, and I'll bring you kebabs and all sorts, mate.
Hey!
Get me on there, mate.
Wait, just go on the app. The Green King has an app you can go on.
I didn't know
just
that.
Google
Green
it,
King,
and you can download it, book a table, blah blah blah, and you're.
They used to sponsor Newcastle back in the day, or someone like. I forgot.
No, you're thinking of Greenhalls.
Oh, got ya. Sorry, mate.
Yeah. So.
How long has Duke's pub been open, Gatesy?
Sorry, mate.
How long has Duke's pub been open?
Oh, crumbs. What was the day that they all opened? I don't know. It's been about a month or so now. I don't know. So
Was it like the 12th or something that people were going mad about?
something like that? And
7th,
honestly,
17th or
when
something.
it opened, it was just absolutely crazy, But they've all worked really hard, and as I say, they've all.
Gatesy, the hands are
incredibly
shaking,
proud of
aren't
them.
they? Give me the pint. The hands are shaking. Give me the pint.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm still
you know
waiting.
it. You
Where's
know
my
it.
scampi fries?
That's it. Yeah, give me my chicken wings. So
Give me my KP
Fo's saying,
peanuts.
yeah, I agree with Fo. I mean, again, this is my opinion. I thought Fornals was our best player as well, and I don't think that Fusu Fao was that far behind. Say exactly the same as Fo. I think they were our best two players. They I think were 7 out of 10, maybe pushing that. 6.5, 7 out of 10. I don't think they were the sort of like, outstanding, but they were the best of a bad bunch. I thought the rest of them were not that great. Not that
I
great.
think like I was saying, 4-2-3-1. Ogbonna comes in and one of them two make way. I don't care who it is. I don't even know about it. I'm just sick of even talking about the fullbacks. We're putting right backs into left backs and left because we don't have anyone. So I'm not excited about either choice. So whoever goes in there goes in there. What I get excited about, okay, 3 and 1 up front. So that'll be Fornals, Lingard, Bowen behind Antonio, and Ben Rama.
Have you seen this one, Jazz? Have you seen this comment? This is from my wife.
Oh, hey, really?
My daughter scored 2 crackers today. My daughter scored 2 absolute blinders today. And she's a defender, but she was playing in midfield today and she scored 2 crackers.
See,
and you know what?
Wow.
The Gatesy
Here's something for you.
Are having a great day today.
Wow.
Well, here's the thing.
We needed
because
you.
she
And
plays
she
as a
slaughtered
defender.
Blanchini.
Because she plays as a defender normally, I've got this little thing where I turn around to her and say, if you score a goal when you're playing in defence, I'll give you a tenner a goal.
Oh.
But she was playing in midfield today. She scored the first goal. She went on a run. She started central. She went past the midfielder. She went right. She got into the box. She's just on the sort of like the corner of the box, and she's looked up and she's launched this shot, and it's just bent into the top corner. As soon as she hit it, I'm like, goalkeeper ain't stopping that. And it went in. And do you know what? She turned around. She looked straight at me, and she went like that.
Probably better.
13 years of age. 13
be
years of age.
I hope you filmed it, Gatesy. I hope you filmed it.
I didn't. I was gutted.
No.
I was
you should
gutted.
always do that.
Gatesy, that's poor. You should have been doing a false for mine.
I know.
No,
I know.
Because I always still look back on the kids' little videos when they really is. Oh, never mind.
So there you go. I had to give my daughter a little shout out. I do apologise to my beautiful daughter Elizabeth.
Well done.
Gatesy out.
Yeah, I know. I should sort of just clear off, really. So what do you do?
That's a lovely story.
Guys,
Brilliant.
Before we wrap it up, I'm just going to go round the 4 of you and just ask the last question. This is the important one. Are we making Champions League, Steve?
50-50. The only team we can get past, in my opinion, is Leicester. If we drop any more points, if we don't get 9 points, we can't do it. If we get 9 points, we've got a 50-50 chance, I reckon. Yeah.
Fair enough. Same question to you, Cahill.
Logically thinking no, but looking at the table, Leicester have really tough games. So, you see, the problem is Liverpool have a game in hand on us with a point behind. We're kind of that's the stinker there. But if we were to get 9 points in the last 3, like Leicester only need 4 points to be ahead of us in goal difference. But 4 points is a lot to ask for that from them games they have. They might only get 3. They might get none by the way it's going, or they could all get all 9 and just pull the masterclass out. But it's really just relying on Leicester to get less than 4 points, us to win all 3, and Liverpool not to get the 1. But in looking at it like that, no.
Yeah, fair enough. West Ham Online, your thoughts? Are we making Champions League?
No. No chance. It's not going to happen now, in my opinion. And now I'm looking down with fears of 8th. which I really, really hope doesn't happen. And if it does, I think I will jump out my window again. So I can't.
You
I
take it to extreme levels. You really do.
I just really hope we get this top 7. And quickly, before I move on from this, I want to give a quick shout out to my nephew Teddy, who finally learned how to say squirrel last year. So quick shout out.
Squirrel.
Yeah,
What was he saying, dare I ask?
squidgy.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, no Champions League for you then, West Ham Online, as far as you're concerned. This has dealt a hammer blow to our hopes.
Oh, absolutely no chance.
Fair enough. And Jazz, final word to you, my friend.
I'm glad you asked that question, because if you had asked if we're going to get into Europe, that would have been a more challenging question. So I'm on West Ham Online's opinion. We're not going to get it, and we threw it away. You know, losing 3 out of the 4. We only got ourselves to blame. And as I always thought, even with the conspiracy theories that I love to believe in, we always knew Liverpool were going to get that last spot, mate. We always knew it. Leicester and West Ham, we're just not classy enough, mate. And like Online again, I'm worried about even getting Europa. So that 7th, 8th
But I
is
didn't
what I'm
say we're
looking
going to
at.
come out.
So go ahead. What's that?
So Scott
No,
commented,
he's just
"Are you
commenting
losing your
on
mind?"
the.
No, don't worry about him. But yeah. So Europa Gatesy Europa. I don't even know, mate. Seriously, it's up in the air for me, mate. Really. So
Well, our momentum seems to have come to a bit of a grinding halt, because in our last 4 games we've lost 3 of them.
Because we never had bad form all year, and our bad form has happened in the last bloody 3-4 games. So this is our bad form now. But I don't know, mate, even about Europa, because I believe in the West Ham way, the West Ham bad luck, and I'm really worried, mate. Forget Champions League. I don't even know about Europa at the moment.
And Simon, oh yeah, I'll put that back up. Go on, little bit of humour to end the stream. Simon, shout out to your 1-year-old who ate mud today. It could have been a lot worse. It could have been a lot worse.
Is there a Europa League theme at least? Is there a song for it?
I think there is, but no one knows what it is.
We may learn it.
We need to look at, if we finish 7th, do we really get it, or what's the rules around it?
7th is the Conference League, if I remember correctly. I think if we get 7th, we're in the Conference League. Anything below that, and it's not
I think
happening.
Everton are heating up that now. 7th, Everton. Bloody hell.
Yeah, it's like I say, the little bit of the stutter in our season has come at the wrong time. Like I say, our last 4 games, we've lost 3 of them. Obviously, yeah, the Burnley game was fine, but as I said at the time, we played a Burnley team that, with all due respect, probably know that they're safe. So they're not going to be going full gun. Do you know what I mean? I know they would have wanted to beat us. I'm not for 1 minute saying that they were being unprofessional. Like I might argue that perhaps Man City did yesterday against Chelsea. But like I say, I think Monday night was probably a
Isn't it funny how Man
play.
City are the worst penalty takers in the whole league? All of them. Sterling, Aguero, De Bruyne, none of them can put penalties away. They're renowned for it. They're terrible. It's really ironic. And they need 55 shots.
Yeah. Scott's
Luckily,
making the point here. We're playing Brighton, Saints and West Brom. I mean, yeah. The only thing is we don't tend to do so well against Brighton, do we? That's
game
the
is
only
hard.
thing. They're a little bit of a bogey team, same as Everton.
Yeah.
So
Scott, you have to
West
remember
Brom, yeah.
is possible.
Look at Sam Allardyce. He would love to put one over us, mate. You know what I mean? That's an example. Yeah.
I mean,
he would.
Big Sam was there today, wasn't he, managing Everton? So he'll be ready to do the double over us.
Mind you, you look at the stats that I put up earlier about our passes, and we made about 600 odd passes, and that's sort of Barcelona-esque shot on target. And this is the thing I always say: it doesn't matter about possession, it doesn't matter about those stats. It's about getting into the final third, getting shots away, and getting them on target.
Casey, you're right.
Games.
If we'd taken the lead or equalised, they would have fell, mate. We would have done them. Yeah, it's one of those things, mate. Yeah.
So, right, I'm going to end the stream in a little while. But before I do, I'm
Gatesy,
gonna
can you
do-
ask one
Yes,
question just to have fun of my friend James? Go around everyone what they think about Ben Rama going forward. I'd love to hear it from everyone, just to wind
What
James up.
in terms of his
God.
long-term future?
Today
or-
and the future, yeah, everything. Just
Okay.
just like 20 seconds from everyone. I love that. Yeah.
Steve, fire away.
Was it swapping Football Misery? Was that the thing, or that whichever striker is at the club he was at, he's the make
Ivan
way-
Toney.
Ivan Toney, thank you, not Misery. Yeah. To be honest with you, I'd use him as the make weight to get Ivan Toney, because
Okay.
he's just. I don't think he's going to cut it. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think he's going to cut it.
Fair enough. Cahill, your thoughts? Does he have a long-term future at the club?
What the hell is that?
Scott,
I
Scott,
like
come
the
on.
ambition with the comment. I don't believe it right now, but hopefully.
If he is better than
Um,
Payet, then that's a hell of a player.
Yeah.
But it's a big if.
I think
The
I
thing
just
is,
throw
Payet
up.
was playing like European quality football at the age Benrahma is now, really. But I'd love to see him come through. I think he needs to just sort of. He needs to bulk up a bit. You could see even when he got into the physical battles today, he was getting, because he's not someone blessed with like insane amounts of pace. He's not like insanely rapid. He just knows how to use his body well and sort of dribble real well to get around people. But if someone can sort of physically run alongside him and sort of jostle him out, he's getting done. He needs to bulk up a bit. He just sort of needs to grab a bit more sort of ambition and grab it with by the scruff of the neck sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And work on the finishing, I suppose. But I have a lot of hope. I think next year, if he's going to be there, and I hope he is, that we'll see the best of him, and he's only going to get better. I can't see him getting worse. So I'm more hopeful than, I don't know how to think of it logically, because it is tough. He hasn't had insane minutes, but when he has, it's not always been the best. It's been 50-50. So I'm just going to be hopeful with him, really.
Fair enough. We'll go to West Ham Online next.
Not the next Payet, a good player, but one that James, in my opinion, slightly overrates. Unfortunately, James's stat, which he pulls up every 6 seconds with the 13 games, has now become 2 losses. So big one for you there, James. Good player, but in the box, he has all the finishing ability this season of Stephen Hawkins. So we need to see more from him in the box. And I do believe, but not right now.
He doesn't really get in the box.
No,
That's
just
true.
Stephen
That's
Hawkins.
true. That's true. Yeah.
And Jazz, your answer to your question: does he have a
Just-
long-term future at the club? And before you
Just-
answer that, one thing I think is one thing I don't think helps, with the greatest of respect, is like sort of like the billing that he's going to be better than Payet. I mean, that's a hell of a lot of pressure to put on his shoulders. And if he doesn't live up to that, does that make him a failure?
He's
Maybe
not exceeded Matt Jarvis yet.
Well, you may very well say that.
300 crosses into the penalty area. And Carroll, nothing happened.
Yeah. Yeah. We spent a lot of money on him relative to the time. I think he was our record signing, wasn't he?
Thanks to the Opta index, yes.
Anyway, Jazz, so yes, the answer to your own question.
Yeah, just 2 points that we should stop putting pressure out on the media and the manager to put him in. Now we know he's not quite ready. Second part, we can't afford £25 million not making an impact for a club like West Ham, mate. And I don't know, but at the moment, it's not good enough at the moment. Not good enough at the moment, mate. For the money, and then anyone who wants him in, got to be quiet now and let the manager just deal with it now. I think those 2 points, that's it. Yeah.
Fair enough. And just to you, Simon, I'm already dressing up as something far more embarrassing than a hammer.
I've not mentioned this in a while.
Go on.
For the people that don't know, basically, we've heard enough about Gatesy's family in this episode. His wife is actually an animal, so they've a hippo, in fact. So they've created a child who is incredible in front of goal, and one that works at a pub, that is actually half African animal. So it is intriguing to see a prospect like
One's a
this,
runway
and,
model as well.
Yeah, features in films such as Madagascar. So yeah, keep being you, Gatesy, and I'm sure that the bestiality will continue.
I hope not. Dear, oh dear. Right. Okay. Shall I do my my outro?
Yeah, that's a way to
ladies and
bloody end
gentlemen?
it, I'd say, Gatesy.
Let's. I think we should finish it there. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is our little appeal, our little finish off. As those of you that have come here often know, this is about young Isla Caton, who is a 6-year-old girl fighting for her life. She has neuroblastoma. This is a cancer for which there is no treatment in this country. So, in the middle of a global pandemic, her family have got to take her to wherever it is around the world to get the treatment that she needs to save her life. This is, really stressful. You've got the bills coming in for the treatment, the flights to wherever it is and from, the accommodation, living costs, the bills in the UK are still coming in. So, guys, this is a family that needs our help. So that on there is all of the information that you need. And what I'm just going to do while I am waffling on, I am going to copy and I am going to paste it into the chat. So if any of you guys can make a donation, please do. You've got the PayPal, which is just coming in. I'm just going to send that now. That's coming through to you. And I will also send presently the Just Giving. If any of you guys can put any coinage into this particular fighting fund, we at Forge from Iron would be very grateful, but more importantly, so would the family of this very ill little girl. And as I've said it before, guys, the truth of the matter is her future as a 6-year-old child should be getting through school, passing GCSEs, going to uni, meeting the love of her life, having children and all the rest of it. And right now, her future is tomorrow. And that's it. She's a 6-year-old child. She needs our help, guys. So if any of you got any funds that you can put into this, you've got the thing there on the link. You've got the Just Giving. You've got the PayPal. Please do. Please do. And thank you very much indeed. So, guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. I hope you guys watching either live or on later on enjoy it. And
better than the game.
Thank you to my guests. Yeah. Thank you, my guests, Steve, Cahill, Jazz, and West Ham Online.
Cheers.
Thanks to all of you.
Big Sam's officially been relegated as well. So there's
There
a
you
silver
go.
lining.
Oh,
guys...
his record's gone. Wow.
The mathematics have finally come in to relegate him.
He loves his stats,
like
doesn't he?
But
Just
any
like
of you guys that
Gatesy
are watching that
Barnett
haven't,
is gone.
don't you start. Don't you start. I won't invite you next time. But any of you guys that are watching that haven't already subscribed, please do hit the subscribe button. We would greatly appreciate it. You've got the ticker at the bottom with all of our social media platforms. Get involved, guys. We're one big happy family. We disagree on certain things like all families do, but we all want the best for West Ham United. And that's where we can all agree 110%. Guys, thank you very much. I'm going to wrap it up there, but there's only one thing left to say, I think, isn't there, guys?
Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to our sponsor Bacardi. That's it.
Come on, you Irons.
Get the crack in
Stay
there.
safe, guys.
Come
On to Brighton.
Up to you.